All right, legal professionals, listen up. I want to show you the easiest way to immediately improve the success of your litigation matters. This is a cost-effective tool which will drastically streamline any lengthy court processes and ensure your action is set up for success early on. We in the collection industry call this a skip trace. A skip trace covers valid information for corporations or individuals who will be named in your action. Addresses for service, phone numbers, places of employment, and even assets of an individual or a corporation can all be uncovered quickly, accurately, and efficiently through the use of a skip trace. The term skip trace comes from the phrase skipping town, which refers to somebody deliberately leaving an area to avoid obligations such as debts or legal issues. The trace part refers to the process of tracking that person down. Now, I realize that not all people are deliberately leaving town to avoid their obligations, but they still need to be located. If you work in any area of litigation, then you will most definitely agree that tracking down elusive parties, serving claims, and enforcing of any court orders can become very challenging. And commonly, the action gets tied or your client suffers significant losses due to not having the appropriate information early on. Perhaps it's getting documents in the hands of the defendants and witnesses who have outdated or perhaps incomplete contact details. Or maybe it's securing valid information on the opposing party's assets and income prior to recommending legal action to your client. The worst is when you do obtain a judgment for your client, but do not have the necessary information to enforce and collect on the order. Without valid income and asset information, you're stuck with an uncollectible judgment. Not good. Estate lawyers can also relate to this when they are required to round up beneficiaries for probate, and insurance litigators are constantly trying to ascertain which parties are at fault for subrogation actions. This can all feel like a logistical nightmare. Legal teams are then forced to put further time and energy into managing logistics, taking away from their creative space to successfully pursue the actual litigation matter itself. Here are some scenarios where skip tracing could come in as being extremely helpful to you and your legal team. Uncovering assets, earnings, and income for a corporation or individual subject to your action prior to filing the legal suit. These are called pre-litigation asset searches. Or successfully serving unresponsive, evasive parties which cannot be located at the service stage of your claim. These could also be used for locating witnesses, beneficiaries to estates, and for uncovering asset and income searches for enforcement of your court orders. Conducting a skip trace gives you the competitive edge early on. Before filing your claim, you should have any and all relevant information on the parties being named in your client's claim. Addresses, contact information, legal names, and what their financial standing looks like. Where they live, how they can be contacted, and in many instances, what their financial situation looks like can be extremely beneficial to pursuing your claim. When it comes to service, the service portion of your claim needs to happen quickly. There is no time for delay here, and charges can start to rack up when you have agents and process servers covering large geographical areas. Now, after jumping all those hoops, you still will most likely have to enforce your court order. You need to know the precise details of any garnishee, and assets need to be uncovered for successful recovery quickly. All of this needs to happen fast or you lose on the opportunity of providing the best result to your client. So give your client that edge. Give them the best chance of success. Give them a skip trace. If you want to know more about these products and how they can benefit you, please contact us directly and speak with one of our customer support associates.